Narcissists are 100% done and suffer forever after they do this to you. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, your dominion lies within your mind, not in external events. Grasp this truth, and you shall discover resilience. Join me today as we embark on a journey through stoic teachings, uncovering timeless wisdom to navigate encounters with narcissists. These insights serve as a guide to cultivate inner peace in the face of emotional abuse. I encourage you to stay until the end. The final lesson on rebuilding self-worth may prove to be surprisingly transformative. Empowering ourselves with these pragmatic principles offers tangible strategies to navigate emotional terrain, regain emotional fortitude, and reshape our perspective while recovering from the impact of narcissistic relationships. Lesson 1. React calmly without sinking to their level. Retaliation perpetuates the drama, providing narcissistic supply. While anger at injustice is valid, responding with abuse remains unethical. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Confront chaos with composure instead. Consider the woman who, feeling betrayed by her narcissistic ex's deceit, angrily confronted the other woman. This only allowed him to play the victim, triangulating them against each other. It took years of self-reflection for her to achieve calm acceptance instead of seeking revenge. She recognized that he might be recreating childhood abandonment trauma, fostering compassion. In summary, choose logic over fury when confronting narcissists. While certain emotions may be justified, retaliation jeopardizes your peace. Opt for the high road instead. Lesson 2. Embrace hindsight and assess vulnerabilities. Steer clear of a victim mentality by infusing meaning into pain. Reflect on why you endured emotional abuse or manipulation. Following Lao Tzu's wisdom, knowing others' intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom. Cultivate self-awareness to break free from destructive relationship patterns. Consider the example of a woman who discovered she had low self-esteem, consistently attempting to prove her worth to emotionally distant partners. Her most recent narcissistic relationship exhibited early red flags that she had unconsciously overlooked. Through counseling, she unveiled this vulnerability to manipulation and is now independently building her self-worth. In essence, courageous self-reflection acts as a shield against the repetition of history. As Epictetus proclaimed, "No man is free who is not the master of himself." Recognize your blind spots to reclaim freedom. Lesson 3. Rebuild shattered self-worth. Narcissists intentionally undermine their victims' self-esteem using covert tactics to enforce submission. Yet, you need not allow external measures to dictate your intrinsic value. Echoing Marcus, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Re-establish a connection with your authentic self, recognizing that your fundamental value and human dignity endure, impervious to any disorder or manipulation. Consider the case of a woman whose narcissistic boss consistently undermined her work projects in subtle ways while publicly criticizing her. This experience led her to question her abilities, despite earlier acclaim for her talent. However, upon reframing this as abuse, she initiated the process of rebuilding her professional confidence. Instead of fixating on unfair external benchmarks, she redirected her focus inward, emphasizing perseverance, creativity, and grit. In essence, recognize that the narratives spun by the narcissist are falsehoods designed to mold you for exploitation. Refuse to surrender your sense of self. Reclaim authorship of your identity and worth. Through gradual healing, rebuild the self-trust they shattered. Lesson 4. Seek closure within, not from the narcissist. In the wise words of Epictetus, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Recognize that the narcissist won't offer satisfying closure or take accountability. Instead of seeking validation from them, craft an inner dialogue to process the trauma and validate yourself. Take, for instance, a woman who tirelessly sought answers from her narcissistic ex, hoping for acknowledgement and an apology after being discarded. Unfortunately, his response only fueled more lies and manipulation. It was through inner practices like journaling that she discovered closure, understanding that the relationship was beyond repair. This realization liberated her from the emotional turmoil. In essence, closure arises from navigating your own emotions, not from fruitless attempts at dialogue with a skilled manipulator. Reclaim authority over your inner world. Lesson 5. Structured contact if necessary. In situations like co-parenting, where continued contact is inevitable, minimize harm by keeping communication strictly to essential matters. Follow Lao Tzu's wisdom. Say less than is necessary. Steer clear of reactive abuse and the urge to prove yourself. Consider the case of a woman who attempted to explain her lifestyle to her narcissistic ex during custody coordination to preempt judgment on her parenting. However, this only invited manipulative remarks. She then embraced grey rocking, maintaining politeness but providing minimal information. This strategy minimized the narcissist's supply. In essence, structure contact to avoid manipulation, but refrain from justifying your situation. Share only essential logistical information if continued communication is absolutely necessary. Lesson 6. Reframe rejection as their bonding inability. Narcissists exploit and discard people without remorse, revealing their inability to form genuine connections, not reflecting your unworthiness. Following Epicurus' advice, do not spoil what you have by desiring what you have not. Compassionately reframe their rejection, steering clear of retaliatory thoughts. Consider the case of a woman who was abruptly discarded overnight by her narcissistic boyfriend after years together. Initially, she oscillated between self-blame and a desire for revenge. Over time, she realized that narcissists are too immature to sustain authentic intimacy. She understood that she deserved reciprocal love, not an embodiment of this disorder. In conclusion, interpret their rejection as evidence of their deficiency, not yours. Heal attachment wounds, cultivate self-worth, and pave the way for peace while avoiding future toxic bonds. Lesson 7. Break trauma bonds through personal growth. Trauma bonds formed with emotional abusers intensify the agony of separation, even when you recognize its wisdom. Feelings of addiction and withdrawal persistently tug at you, tempting you to return. Following Epicurus' wisdom, the greater the difficulty, the more glory in surmounting it. Actively counter these bonds through self-improvement, therapy, journaling, and participation in support groups dedicated to recovering from narcissistic abuse. Consider the case of a woman who repeatedly halted her divorces just before finalizing them, unable to break free from her narcissistic husband. During counseling to address codependency issues, she joined support groups consisting of individuals recovering from similar abusive relationships. By reframing her obsession as trauma bonds rather than genuine love, she discovered the strength to conclude the divorce process and redirected her energy toward a healthier life. In essence, trauma bonds intensify the pain, but can be conquered through persistent personal growth combined with community support. Focus inward, shift from longing and anguish to self-nourishment, and reclaim your freedom. Lesson 8. Separate their stuff from yours. Guard against projecting their deceit, anger, or paranoia onto yourself. Echoing Marcus Aurelius, when you wake up, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, and surly. Their disorder dictates their behavior, not your worth. Consider the case of a woman who blamed herself when her narcissistic ex cheated, assuming she was no longer attractive. This self-blame tarnished her self-image and trust in future partners. Upon learning that chronic infidelity often results from narcissistic traits or addiction, she ceased personalizing it. This shift helped her separate his baggage from hers. In summary, you didn't cause their inner demons. Liberate your mind from false narratives burdening you. Clear mental space by distinguishing their issues from yours. Lesson 9. Emerge stronger through self-mastery. Embracing victimhood fosters helplessness, inadvertently empowering narcissists. View this challenging chapter as a necessary phase for your personal evolution. In the words of Frankl, between stimulus and response lies our freedom to choose our response. Attaining emotional freedom involves mastering inner reactions. While we may not control others' disorders or alter the past, we retain control over our healing journey. Take, for instance, a woman who resisted identifying solely as a victim. Instead, she embraced radical responsibility for her life and emotions. Immersing herself in psychology, she provided support to others recovering from abuse. Despite grappling with triggers, her sense of personal power flourished as she directed her healing intentionally, refusing to be passive. Her life underwent a profound transformation through this intentional reclamation of agency. Essentially, we can emerge stronger by wholeheartedly embracing our recovery process. Envision an ambitious future freed from victimhood, then diligently equip yourself to bring that vision to life. Release anger and negativity, and propel yourself positively toward emotional self-mastery, a pathway to genuine freedom. In conclusion, incorporate these 10 practical lessons into your response to narcissists with creativity and wisdom. Take command of your reactions. Establish firm boundaries, sidestep manipulation through transformative reframing, and emerge fortified through the mastery of self. The application of these emotionally agile skills not only nurtures inner peace, but also cultivates a profound sense of fulfillment, irrespective of external actions. Which insights on recovering from narcissistic abuse resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement is truly valued. Explore my other videos for additional content like this. You, dear viewer, are a survivor, a warrior, and a hero. Your strength is awe-inspiring, and you deserve boundless happiness and freedom. Thank you for being part of this video. I trust it provided valuable insights into navigating narcissistic abuse wisely. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content focused on healing from emotional trauma. I'm here to accompany you on your journey to recovery. Always remember, your light, love, and hope endure, impervious to any disorder or manipulation. By embracing stoic principles, we maintain serenity amid life's storms. You are not the problem. You are the solution. Your embodiment of strength and wisdom is remarkable. What resonated most with you? Or did I overlook any key ideas? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement is sincerely appreciated. Until our next encounter, be compassionate to yourself. You are extraordinary, beautiful, powerful, and truly amazing. Wishing you abundant happiness on your unfolding path. Farewell for now.